Hi y'all, as you can tell by the title of today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to avoid SFS or same face syndrome. Or somebody else on Reddit said, what is SFS? Does it mean same fucking sim? That's another way to describe this pattern that's been going around. So I first noticed this on Reddit, and you may be wondering, what is SFS anyways? So as you can tell already, same fucking sim. It's like a player's tendency to create sims that look the same, or at least very similar, due to the same features or the same feature placements, or what's the other one? Just like having a similar appearance overall. And here I have before me 3 of my sims which display all of these symptoms. So yeah, I'm not free from the syndrome. Obviously, I'm not free from this issue that's been going around. I'll be using my sims to explain this pattern, and also another Reddit user's sims. I accidentally cropped out their username, so yeah, if you see this video, let me know. But first I'll start with my sims. So I said same features. So sometimes people use the same nose for their sims, the same eye shape, or the same lips, whatever that is. Same features. So here you can tell that I use the same eyes for this guy and this guy. They're both like slanted upwards, and they also have like the same color. This one's eyes are also slanted upwards, but they're a little more cat looking than these ones. These ones are a little more like almond. Feature placement. That refers to I like the spacing of your Sims features, whether that's the spacing of the eyes further or wider, the spacing between the eyes and the nose, the nose and the lips, etc. So I tend to make my male sims have this sort of space between the eyebrows and the eyes, because I feel like it makes your sims have a more masculine look when your eyebrows are closer to your eyes. And that could be like upturned or downturned as well. So usually I make them downturned. Here, these two have the same eyebrows, basically. And with this guy, his eyebrows are very close to his eyes as well. Same feature placement again, except his are a little more downturned than these two. And then also the last point, similar appearance. Obviously, these guys look like they're brothers. They have the same hair color. Well, not necessarily with this one, but he also has brown hair, same eye color, and the same skin tone. So this occurs because you stick to your preferences when you create your Sims. And I've stuck to my preferences when I created these Sims. Another Reddit user explains this pattern very well, and I'll put that up on the screen. In their comment, Reddit user Sign Delta responded to a simmer who complained that Sims typically look cartoony or redundant due to the limited customization options in CAS. It's not the game that's the problem. The problem is that a lot of simmers refuse to make characters who aren't stereotypically attractive, and stereotypical attractiveness only allows a very narrow range of traits. Only certain kinds of noses, only certain kinds of jawlines, etc. It's the same impulse behind CC heavy townie makeovers, where the simmer declares that they quote-unquote fixed them, and when you look at the sim, they removed all trace of personality and turned them into a generic hot person. If you're willing to risk your characters being quote-unquote ugly, your results will be a lot more diverse, and a lot of the resulting characters will still be pretty, just in an unusual way. I agree with their comment 100%. I've seen several instances where simmers give townies makeovers and completely change them to their own preferences. Which there's nothing wrong with that, but there's this pattern. So basically, people's tendency to stick to their preferences creates this monotonous pattern that simmers wish to avoid. Today, I'm going to show you how to avoid this pattern. But after this last example of this simmer's sims. A couple weeks ago on the Sims 4 Reddit community, simmers posted their diverse Sims, and they were flamed for not having distinct looking Sims. Instead, their Sims looked like clones of each other, or extremely similar to say the least. In this case, and this is where I accidentally cropped out the creator's name, people pointed out that the top row of Sims looked identical, with just different hair and eye colors. The bottom row of Sims also looked similar due to the placement of the Sims features. By taking a closer look at the mistakes I pointed out earlier in my Sims, you will be able to understand where they went quote-unquote wrong. Number 1. They use similar or the same lips for their Sims, only with slight variations to their sizes. Same with the eyes. They are the same shape with a few adjustments to their tilt and size. One can argue that they reuse a lot of other features as well. Number 2. Their Sims features are similarly placed, which limits the diversity of their Sims facial structure. Like I said, we can see this in the bottom row. Despite having a few obvious differences like skin tone and style, their Sims still look extremely similar. And number 3. They all look similar overall due to the small range of features the Simmer uses, like skin tones, hair colors, face shape, etc. Alright, that's enough of explaining. Now I'll actually get to the tips. Alright baddies, so the first tip I'm going to give you is to create a Sim how you normally would, and then start to mess around with the placement of your Sim's features and also the type of features you assign your Sim. So start to use like different noses. Like you might prefer to use a specific nose usually, but mess around, like try different noses. And then for the first tip that I give you before that, mess around with the placement of them, with the width of their eyes, like the separation of your eyes, how low or high you put your lips, how wide you make them. Mess around with the sizes. So I'm just gonna revamp this Sim. So I made him as I normally would make a Sim. This is one of my earlier Sims. I made him last year, like fall time. I have drastically improved my Sim making, but I'll use him as an example. Alright, so I'm going to start with, let's see, the nose. I like to use this nose often for my Sims, so let's see, I'll just give him a different nose. I could use this nose. I don't ever really make male Sims with this nose. This is a new nose. Okay. Gonna make his nose just a bit wider. Maybe a little downturned. Like that. And I'll make the point smaller. And you can also edit the nostrils. There's like a lot of little things you can do with Create a Sim, so hopefully just watching me make little edits to this Sim shows you how you can use the Sims tool to edit your Sims. Usually when I make male Sims, their faces are narrow and also smooth, like smoothed out. I don't really have like prominent cheekbones or a square jaw. I usually just make them narrow. So let me stray from my preference of that and use something else. Oh, he's kind of looking like a Chad. Some of these make your Sim look a little older than they actually are, so this is close to making it look like he has a smile line or something. So now I'm gonna make his chin a little bigger just so that it matches the width of his jaw. I think I'm still gonna make it a little narrow. You know what? I might extend it a bit bigger like that. Okay, perfect. And now the eyes. So I enjoy using these eye shapes, but I'm gonna change the eye shape that I use for him and go out of my comfort zone. Wow. These eyes are very small, so you can also mess around with the size of your features. If you tend to give your Sims a smaller nose, maybe make their nose bigger, Or their eyes, if they're really big, then maybe make their nose or their eyes smaller. You know what? I think I'm gonna go with this eye shape. I kind of want more of an eyelid though. Let's see. Some of these like have really big eye bags, and how do you keep your sim looking youthful with those big eye bags? Okay, I'll use these eyes. Okay. I'm gonna make his eyes look a bit bigger just so that it matches the proportions of his face better. Okay, and I think I want to bring his lower lids up higher, like this, just so his eyes have a more relaxed appearance. I want to bring this out. I think I want to make them downturned instead of usually making, or at least level instead of making them upturned like how I usually make my male sims. I'm gonna adjust the upper eyelids. You can make their eyes look sad or happier. I think I'm gonna make his eyes look a little sad. A little sad, maybe a little more upturned. And alright. I'm gonna make his pupils bigger. Actually, his irises. There you go. And now for the eyebrows. So I'm gonna change the placement of the eyebrows because I usually bring them super close to the eyes. So I'm gonna lift them up higher and then raise them up. And also go with a different eyebrow shape because I like to use these eyebrow shapes, like the thinner ones. So maybe I'll go for like thicker eyebrows. So I think it's a tie between this one and these ones. I think I want to try these ones. They look a little more groomed. And I want them to look a little more groomed for this sim's particular appearance. Okay, I'm gonna bring his eyes a little further apart, a little higher in his face to make him have like a longer face looking, like a longer face. Okay, and now for his lips. Let's see, I like to give my sims full lips, and usually I stick with that, so I think I'm gonna stick with that for this sim as well. And he's wearing makeup. Let me take all his makeup off. Usually I don't use this lip shape, so this is new for me. I'm gonna make his jaw a little more square. I'm gonna bring it down a little more. And then bring down his lips a little more. And oh my god, honestly, he looks good, but also like he got plastic surgery at the same time. So how can we improve on his appearance? Let's see. Decrease the size of that. I think his face needs to be longer, that's why. So I'm just gonna bring his face down a little more. I do that by clicking up in the forehead area, and then this whole thing lights up right there, and that just lets me adjust like how far in or out I want his face to be and how low or short I want his face to look. So I'm trying to give him a longer looking face. You know what, I think I might decrease the size of his eyes. Make it a little bigger. There you go. Like I mentioned in my other video, creating a sim is very intuitive. And I kind of want to keep the hair, but also want to change it. Just find like a different hairstyle that complements his new appearance. So all of these features, I think I have used these lips before and these eyeballs perhaps, but all the other features, all the other changes I've made, I barely use those features. So this is very new for me. What if we make him look like Prince Charming or something? I am gonna change his hair color. I think I want to make it like darker than it already was, like that. Okay, and I'm gonna change his eye color as well. Make it something. Oh my gosh, it looks so cute. So changing the eye color and the hair color made a huge difference in his previous appearance. Maybe I'll darken his eyes. Let's see how he looks with darker eyes. Oh my gosh, he looks cute. Okay, so that made a huge difference to the sim. Maybe I'll change his style too. As you can tell, I enjoy using turtleneck sweaters, so let's give him something different. And yeah, like I was saying, you guys know me, I like using makeup. Makeup is not just for women, so I'm just gonna tint his lips a little and give them some color. Okay, so that's the lip, and then this is without the lip. Okay, just a little bit of color, and then his eyes. I want to give his eyes a little more depth, so I think I'm gonna achieve that with some brown eyeshadow. Or like a dark eyeshadow is what I meant. And then, see, I'll bring the brightness. No, the brightness makes it a little too bright. Okay, so this is with that makeup, and then this is without. Yep, okay, super subtle. And now, eyeliner. Does he need eyeliner? Nah, I don't want to give him eyeliner. Let's see, some blush so his cheeks have some color. I think that was cute. Wait, this one's a little less bright. So this is with the blush and this is without. So it's just a little pop of color. And now for the face highlight. Ooh, the highlight doesn't look good on him. Look, it's going onto his lip area. That's a shame. You know what? I'm not gonna give him any highlight. He's just gonna stay as is. Wait, should I make his eyes bigger? Let's see, a little bigger. Okay, okay. Oh wait. No, I'll make them smaller again. I'm gonna bring up the lower lid just a little higher. Cute. Okay. And then let's make him look a little more sad. Oh my god, he looks so good. I'm so proud of this sim. He is definitely not in like the preferred sim that I would make. Yeah, like I wouldn't make this sim if I didn't have the intention of diversifying my sims, but I definitely got out of my comfort zone by recreating the sim that I had previously. Obviously, I did a lot of tweaking. I definitely changed his features and the placements, and also the hair color, a lot of things. But also, I retained some of my previous Sims features, such as his skin tone. I guess you could say like some placements. It's still not very diversified yet. But this is how you can start from your sim and make incremental changes, whether they're very apparent or not, and you just make a completely new sim. Get out of your comfort zone. You got this. And also you can give them a different chin, like that or this. I forgot to mention that. Give them different chins. I usually use that one. You know what? I'm gonna give him like a longer chin. I think I'm gonna leave him with that chin. Actually, no. I kind of want a wider chin for his face. But yeah, we'll move on to the next sim. I do also want to address that I make my female sims look similar a lot of the times, so I'll give you guys an example of how to diversify your female sims. So my tendency with them is to make their eyes slanted as always, and then bring their eyebrows downturned, and also have their lips pretty full and wide, their nose down and small. Like hers looks pretty small for her face, so I'm just gonna like diversify her. I'm gonna speed this up, so just watch what I do, and hopefully you guys learn something from it. Alright, so I wasn't going for any specific look, she was just going to bed with a full face of makeup. But that is how my attempt to diversify one of my sims. She looks very different already. This makeup doesn't flatter her. I mean, it could flatter her if that's the style you want your sim to go for. But previously she had like a fairy fit. So a natural eye color and a natural hair color, but now my attempt to diversify her and like change her out of the character she was before, this is how she looks. Alright, we're moving on to the next tip. Alright, so the next tip is to use the random sims generator. Just click add sim and then add the new sim. I'm gonna delete her. Don't worry, I'll upload her if you guys still want me to. So just randomly generate a sim and then like start to edit it as you would in the first approach, except instead of having your own sim that you created the way you usually would, it would just be the random generator creates a sim for you, and then you start to mess around once again. To challenge yourself, don't change the hair color, the eye color, the skin color. Don't change anything. Don't change the features, but you can change the shapes and the placements. That's the only thing. So yes, challenge yourselves with this tip. Alright. So yes, you are not allowed to change anything, just mess around with the placement and the sizes of the features. Alright, so we're not changing anything. Oh yeah, if you want to know specifically, detail edit mode helps you I should have mentioned this earlier. It helps you change the size of things and the tilt. Kind of, because the tilt for the eyebrows is outside of detail edit mode. And detail edit mode lets you move things around and change the width. I kind of like this hair for her. I think I'm gonna leave this hair. Okay, and then we're just gonna up her appearance with makeup and accessories, and then we'll call it a day. And just like in real life, according to your features, different makeup styles will complement or not complement your look. So that is how you would incorporate the random Sims generator to create a new sim, but with preset features that you just have to tweak so you get out of your comfort zone and try to make a sim that appeals to you, but also not completely because you're restricted to what you can change. Alright y'all, so this is tip number 3. It stems more from your inspiration. So it is to use townies as a blueprint. Have you ever just been chilling with your sim and then you just see a townie and you're like, wow, I like these features on this sim. Let me just change their style. You could do that, just very minimal changes. Or you can also add some flair to their appearance. So let's say you like how their facial structure looks, but you want to give them more depth. Then you go in by giving more texture to their face. So like, let's say like making their cheekbones more prominent, and of course using makeup like how I showed you in the last video. To access these townies that you feel inspired by, you go into manage worlds, and then here you see manage households up on the upper right corner. And then yeah, this is for my legacy gameplay. I've barely done anything. My sim is just pregnant. So you go into other households and see, look at all these random NPCs. I really like this NPC. She is so cute. But wait, there's another one that I liked. Ah, here she is. Aoki. She is so freaking cute. Okay, let's edit her. On this little create a sim button. The only thing you can change about them is their voice and obviously their appearance. So I like how she looks. She's so cute. She looks so adorable. Her thin lips add to her character's appearance, so I'm just gonna make them a little bigger. Just a teeny bit fuller. And then I want to make her lips wider as well. Let's see. Maybe here? Yes. And her nose is so cute. She is such a cute little NPC. I just felt like editing her, so that is where this other idea came from. You just find an NPC that inspires you and then you just kind of redo them. I want to give her eyebrows that match her like gentle looking appearance. Let's see. Like thinner brows. The Chicana brows. Okay, I think I'm gonna go with these brows. And then her eye color. I'm gonna change, yeah, I'll just make them a little lighter. The hair color, oh my gosh, she's graying? How old is she? She's a young adult. She has the graying hair. Let's not. The graying hair is literally like that one too, not gonna lie. Okay, I'll give her, you know what? She kind of looks like Angela Aguilar. Is that her name? Yeah, she's so cute. Make her eyes a little wider apart. Let's see. The hair, kind of want to do dark brown hair. For her hairstyle is so cute. I don't really want to change it, but you know what? I'm gonna make this a separate fit just so she has that hairstyle. This one, I'll do this one. Okay, and then spice her up with makeup and then change up her style a little, and there you have it for tip number 3. So I'm just gonna speed through again as I do her makeup. You know what? I'm gonna change her nose because I see this nose always be used. It's like a nose that Townies usually has, so I'm just gonna change her nose. Yo, I had no idea she was a spellcaster. Alright, and that is our finished little Townie makeover. I present to you Erika Aoki. Okay, on to the next segment. Alright, we are now down to the last and final tip, which is the 4th tip, and that is to use a real life person as a reference when you're creating your sim. So the goal of this tip is to just be inspired by a person in real life, and it's just like to make you realize like people have so many different features and that The Sims isn't that inclusive. But anyways, we already knew that. It's just to inspire you during your sim making process. It's very difficult to make your sim look like someone in real life, to be honest. So don't be frustrated if your sim doesn't look exactly like your reference. It's just there to inspire you and help you with like to experiment with different placements. Again, like people in real life are so diverse, and you don't realize until you actually start looking at people's features and actually placing it, trying to make it look like them on The Sims. It's just like, it's just a whole new other approach. But yeah, this is mainly for, again, for inspiration. So let's get started. This one's very self-explanatory. You just attempt to make your sim look like the sim, I mean not the sim, another person in real life, but not exactly. It's just taking inspiration from a real life person. And that is the final look of this sim after using a real life reference. Here's the sim. I will be publishing him. And yeah, I hope this video was helpful. 4 tips to help you. So there's many different approaches that you can try to avoid SFS. And like I said, I've been wanting to do a separate video for like creating looks for my Sims. This time I have incorporated the process of me building looks for my Sims, but it was very rushed because we're more focused on the sim themselves than like what they're wearing. So in the future I will be making videos about like lookbooks and how you can style different types of sims, so like different outfit ideas for different styles. Yes. Okay, thank you so much for watching. I love and appreciate you if you watched until the end. And like I said, I sincerely hope this video helps. Like and subscribe for more content. I'm starting college soon, so I don't know how much I'll be able to upload, but I'll be streaming, so check out my Twitch channel. Yeah. Okay, bye!